Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Caravan of Garbage, where we're wrapping it up, the Caesar Planet of the Apes trilogy.
Let's wrap it up, folks.
We're wrapping it up.
We're wrapping it up.
Wrap it up.
Is this going anywhere? Keep saying it a bunch of times.
Whatever you're doing, pack it up.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
If you're at work, pack it up.
Pack it up, you're done. Go
If you're
home.
at home, finish what you're doing.
We've got a lot of stuff to say about this movie, so just wrap it up and pack it up, you know? That's what the apes have to do.
That's what they have to do.
They've got to wrap it up and pack it up because they've got to go.
That's what this is all about, isn't
Because
it?
the war for the Planet of the Apes is about to start.
You better believe it. Big time. So leave a like at this video if you could. Now, in the lead up to this, there was a lot of questions about what is this universe, right? So while promoting Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, Andy Serkis was asked about the ALZ-113 drug and whether it affected other apes outside of the ape facility.
Okay, sure.
Because otherwise it's not a Planet of the Apes, it's a... What was that?
It's a gated community of the apes.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Rich ape, poor ape, you
Oh,
know?
wow.
Somebody would release that book, wouldn't they?
Almost certainly. So Matt Reeves and writer Mark Bombach took note of that, which led to the introduction of Bad Ape in this film and the hint towards other ape communities.
And I tell you what, I love Bad Ape.
Oh,
Steve
my
Zahn. Steve
God,
Zahn.
Steve Zahn, the best.
Great addition, I think. Look, obviously, you know, the idea behind this is we want to show, you know, the apes have nuance. They're not just like stereotype characters. But I love that there's just one dumb guy who wears a vest. That's great.
Because of his circumstances.
That just happened ape.
Oh my
you know?
God, you're not wrong.
Well, that just apened, he would say.
You might say that. Just a really incredible character, that one. Like, you feel sympathy for him. He's funny. He could have been Jar Jar Binks, right?
That's so true, yeah.
But he's fun, he's sympathetic, he's real, he's Steve Zahn, all of these things. Love the inclusion. He tells you a bit about the world just by him existing in it.
So
he doesn't
true.
know sign language, you know? Why would he? Maybe learn, idiot.
Yeah.
What are you doing? Also, get some hair. Like your coat. It's good.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Did anybody ask Andy Serkis if any other species were going to get affected by that?
Oh.
Because I'm wondering if maybe in the next movie, the next species that might get affected is horses. And the apes jump on and the horse is like, excuse me?
We're sick of this, actually.
Yeah, I mean, oh yeah, we'll just gallop to wherever you want, shall we?
You want horses riding apes.
I want standy-uppy horses. That's
That'd
right.
be incredible. With thumbs?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How else are they going to play Nintendo?
Yeah, they're not going to be able to play Nintendo otherwise. Just hooves and a thumb.
That's right.
Regular hooves and a big pink fleshy thumb. So anyway, war. We're dropped right into the human-ape war, which kicked off in the last movie. Again, a bit of world building that I like. The humans have adopted or kind of forced into servitude other primates.
Yeah, let's not say adopted.
Yeah.
They've enslaved them.
Yeah. Calling them donkeys because there's donkeys and there's Kongs. The Kongs
Monkey
are the
was
free
right
ones.
there.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a typo.
Yeah.
I think that's a typo that's gotten out of hand.
Seems like a typo. It's not too late to change it though, is it? I'm just going to close that for a second.
Could you tell your kids to shut up? And that other kid? I don't know who that other kid is.
tell
I think he's
Paul
probably
to
the
shut
ringleader.
Yeah, he probably
You know,
is.
maybe call his mum
Yeah,
right now and be
not
like,
my kids.
if you could shut up.
Yeah. All that is good. I love it because obviously they are loyal to Cobra inexplicably. Also, you saw that guy. He fell into a big explosion or a pit or whatever. He didn't win.
But he's back in hallucination form.
Well, they were originally going to bring him back entirely. That was a very early idea, like a returning villain. You even hear him breathing, I think, in the post-credits or whatever. So I was like, ooh. And maybe he is alive somewhere in the world. Well, not now because they jumped 200 years in the future. So unless he found a Mark Wahlberg-style time travel spaceship, I don't think he's... It's from the other one, Mason.
Okay, I thought you were going to say a Mark Wahlberg, he's born immortal, like that in that movie that nobody saw except
Oh,
us.
yeah. Mark Wahlberg's a Highlander, but it's legally distinct from Highlander.
That's right, and then he fights a drone in virtual reality. Do you remember that?
I haven't seen it.
Okay, I've seen it.
You saw it.
Yeah.
You're the one.
I know.
Wow.
I'm keeping this industry going.
Just like Connor McLeod, you are the one. Watch that terrible movie, probably. But yeah, they abandoned the idea pretty early on to bring Cobra back because they thought there's not really anything we could do better with him as a returning villain. It's just like, oh, okay, he's back again and he wants to continue his apesurrection. but they didn't do that, which I appreciate. I also like that the virus has adapted to render humans speechless and kind of diminish their capacity.
That's a common thread with you. You like viruses, don't you? You
love
love it when a
viruses.
virus runs rampant across
Yeah.
the world. You're loving that.
And I know a lot of things about viruses that other people don't know.
Yeah?
Because I've looked into it.
Have you done your own research?
You have to, Mason.
Yeah, I bet.
I'm not running around half-cocked like an ape's erection.
That's right.
Yeah, because I guess in the original movie, which is a different timeline, because this is a multiverse situation, and I can't wait till they all merge. I guess it'd be the original timeline, the Burton timeline, this timeline, and that terrible animated series that ran for a minute.
Oh, yeah, right.
Yeah, and maybe the TV show, that's probably
I think that's original timeline.
Yeah. I'm sure the cartoon is as well. Yeah, so in the original timeline, I guess it's just assumed that the humans kind of devolved.
Yes,
Like they were enslaved. They didn't have the opportunities they might have normally had. And then, it went that way. But this, it's very clear that that's very much not the case.
Correct.
How do you feel about that, though? You think it's better or worse?
Speed it up. Keep
Speed
it
up, let's
moving.
go.
Get to the bit where the...
Wrap it up.
Wrap it up.
Speed it up.
Speed it up and wrap it up. We got to get in the next one. The astronauts got to come back in the spaceship, and they're like, holy heck.
I'm Mark Wahlberg.
Oh, I don't want that.
I'm Mark Wahlberg.
Oh, come on. Wrap it up, pray it up, stay prayed up.
This might be Caesar's best performance or appearance. I don't know. I mean, you know what? That's probably not true. He's just different in every movie. He looks different. He's more grizzled in this.
Sure.
More terrible things have befalled him, courtesy of Woody Harrelson.
That's right.
Yeah.
Dead kid, dead wife.
That's right. Well, so does Woody Harrelson, Well, he probably wasn't married. You can tell.
What does that mean?
You can tell.
Okay. Didn't he have a kid, though?
Yeah, but, you can tell.
Oh, wow. Wow, judgment on the Planet of the Apes over here.
Well, you're a big fan of his work, are you?
Yep.
Though, to be fair, he is right. He had a fear of apes taking over everything and humans dying out and becoming illiterate. And it's literally what happens.
That's true.
So, Woody Harrelson was right.
Your local conspiracy theory guy you see in the park or whatever, talking to you about chemtrails and whatever.
Yep.
It's probably right.
It's probably right, yeah. So the idea behind this version of Caesar was that he's basically Moses but for apes. And he becomes this mythic figure, which obviously carries on over into future movies.
Bonosus.
Ooh, that's good. I mean, he's not a bonobo.
I know.
So I'm going to scratch that. So Ben and Lawrence, if you could just write that and then just put a bigger line through it, that'd be great.
Thumbs down. I know what I'm beaten.
I want horse hoof thumbs down as well, please.
That's right.
So director Matt Reeves and Mark Bombach, they watched a bunch of films in the lead up to this to kind of bring inspiration for what they wanted to do with this character. This included Ben-Hur and the Ten Commandments.
Oh, God.
Charlton Heston, of course, as well. But yeah, just looking weathered. He's a bit more talky in this one as well, which I enjoy. Special effects-wise.
Go on.
Apparently, there are only 14 shots in this entire movie with no special effects.
Makes sense.
And I know of at least one. It's where you see Bad Ape kind of sneak up and he's wearing the jacket.
Okay, sure.
That is a guy. It could very well just be Steve Zahn because he is on set.
Yeah.
Doing the performance capture.
Could be a stick.
Could be a stick. That's right, with a coat. Yeah. Could be this universe's version of Dickie Knee Mason.
Correct. That's right. You knew where I was going.
I knew. Though there is still like a ton of practical stuff. They shoot in the elements for a lot of this. That prison encampment is a huge practical set. Like it does have like green screen extension, but yeah, all that is real. They also used a software called Totara. You might enjoy this.
Okay, I'm ready.
So the idea is that you map out a terrain and you pick like different soil types and rocks and whatever. And then...
Wow, this sounds
exciting,
intriguing.
isn't it?
Yeah, oh my God. This is like Sim Earth.
It is, isn't it?
It's like Roller Coaster Tycoon.
Pretty much. And then you plant the trees virtually and then you set it for like 80 years in the future and the environment naturally grows and springs up. So it gives a more naturalistic, virtual environment to work with. It's pretty clever, actually.
Cool. I bet you can do that on your phone now, but it's got microtransactions.
Absolutely, yeah. Good stuff all around. Now, a big part of this movie is Caesar's wife and his child. They've been murdered by Woody Harrelson, who was right. We figured that out, right?
Even the murder part?
Yeah, he was right.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's how cults start, folks. I'm just like, yeah, can't be bothered arguing. Yeah, that's all right, I guess.
Yep. So they all get put in an ape prison, an ape working camp, because Woody Harrelson, he's gone rogue from the American government, if you can believe it, which is right, because he was right.
Hey, this is your belief system. I'm staying out of this.
I'm just trying to figure out the rules to the universe and what is right and what is not, okay?
All right.
I think that's completely reasonable. I'm doing my own research live.
All right.
So they all get captured, and a big part of this movie is that the other opposing force is coming to destroy Woody Harrelson because he's gone mad. He's gone rogue.
It's Apocalypse Now style.
Yeah, well, that was another inspiration for this movie. And they're using the apes to kind of fortify the structure, so for when this happens, right? So
I would have just used the apes.
Yeah, maybe.
Just get them to stand on the wall. You got enough of them.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. So as a result of that, Caesar gets captured, and then they have to perform, and you're going to love this, a grape escape.
I love that.
Because you can use ape in both of those words. Also an inspiration for this movie. And finally, I'll tell you what, Mason, we get some poo flinging.
Finally.
God, 3 movies.
That's what we've always
of
wanted.
No poo flinging.
I'll admit, I'm like, I love, what I was waiting for in this series was the ape on a horse firing a machine gun. But now I've seen that. I'm like, well, actually, what I really wanted was ape flinging poo. That's their move.
Exactly.
That's their signature move.
It's the thing that they love to do. How's about this though? So, obviously Woody Harrelson, he gets the ape disease or whatever, and he loses the ability to talk. Mm-hmm. Is it mercy that Caesar did not shoot him? Like, did he learn something about revenge and how you shouldn't revenge? Or was he just like, no, this is better actually. This is better than, this is played out in a way that I love.
I see.
So I don't need to shoot this guy.
Oh, that's a great question, James.
Because would that have been cathartic for him?
I think ultimately we think this is a power struggle between, the humans and the newly evolved apes and who's going to become the dominant species on Earth. But I think in Caesar's case, it was just like a battle over who could talk the best, maybe? Is that
Sure, okay.
And he's like, who's going to win at karaoke tonight? It's going to be me.
And then Caesar kills everybody with a big avalanche, which is good. I've thought about it. And that's good, I think, because, I've been doing my own research live, as you know.
Yep.
And killing 1,000 people with an avalanche, even if it's by accident, that's probably good, actually.
Would you say it's pretty cool?
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's also good if you're looking to set up a Planet of the Apes.
For sure.
I wouldn't say this is like the biggest step, but it's a step in getting you to a Planet of the Apes.
Getting rid of most of the humans.
Yeah, and finally getting to the movie Planet of the Apes, the inevitable conclusion to this saga. Caesar's death, though, tell you what, though, he got him there, didn't he? He got him to the new land, tree and some rocks and some sun, which is great.
Yeah, just the classic desert landscape of original Planet of the Apes.
That's right, mate. How'd you feel about that? Was it affecting at this point? You've been following this character. You've been wrapped up in all the emotions he's been doing at you through the screen.
Yeah, it was nice.
And Maurice gets a little moment. And I think we should shout out Karen Konoval, who's played Maurice throughout this entire thing.
All right.
Which, I think is important because Maurice is the only character other than Caesar who survived,
That we remember.
No others.
There's anonymous guys in the
No,
back.
of the 3 movies, those 2
Yeah.
definitively are the ones that survived. Well, one of them.
That's true.
The other one got hit by an arrow.
And also he has the, he's made it all the way to the end and he has the disadvantage of the fact that he looks like he's been hit in the face with a shovel. Cartoon style.
That's all right. I mean, we don't know. There could be other apes, like you mentioned, that did survive. I mean, maybe the ape from the Souvlaki Hut commercial made it all the way through. I think we'd noticed an ape rendered like that in these movies, though,
I think
don't
so
you think?
too, yeah.
Yeah. I think we'd figure that out pretty quickly.
The Yogo gorilla. You'd see him in mostly claymation.
Yeah.
You'd see him,
We'd figure that out.
Yeah.
Anyways, do you know what it's time for?
What's the time for?
It's time for War for the Trivia Ape Attack. Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Yeah, man. On May 2015, the title for this film was first given as War of the Planet of the Apes, before being retitled to what it is.
War for the Planet of the Apes.
Yeah, man.
Okay.
They were going to go with Revenge of the Jedi, Planet of the Apes.
I get you.
But they couldn't...
There's actually no Jedi in this movie, any of the previous movies.
Doesn't make any sense.
No, it doesn't at all.
What were they thinking?
It's crazy.
Yeah. The bridge over the River Kwai from 1957, which sort of also served as an inspiration for this movie, is another Pierre Boulez. Boulez. He's the French guy. He wrote that book, and he wrote the original Planet of the Apes.
Oh, right.
Yeah. Anyway, here's the proper Google translation of that name. Here it is. I nailed it, didn't I? They're the same.
That.
Here's a theory that some have. Now, Maurice would have taken on the role of ruler of the Ape Kingdom, right?
Okay,
or at least his little, organization that he's got going on.
Yeah.
So that actually plays into the future of the franchise when we get there, that the political power are mostly, I think, orangutans.
The shovel-faced guys.
Yeah, so it started here. He kicked it off. I think that's interesting.
Think that's an accident?
It could be an accident. I think it's an interesting accident regardless. The big tanker explosion, that big explosion?
Nah.
Yeah, it was good. Apparently that was it was really big and it was felt in Vancouver, which was far away from this.
Okay.
And people were like, "What was that?" But it was on the news. They were like, "There was a big explosion from a movie." So
that's crazy.
But that was a pretty big explosion. That was a good one.
Is it as big as that explosion in that James Bond movie that time?
No, but that one was.
Then yawn.
Yeah, but that one was
yawn.
That one was more boring because they just went in the movie. They went, "Oh yeah," but see, he's run. He's got grenades. It's all he get hit with an arrow. Is an avalanche?
Bond could have some grenades.
He couldn't have some grenades.
He's outrun an avalanche.
Yeah, but he doesn't.
While drinking a gin martini.
He does it in a boring
Vodka
way.
martini.
He does it in a boring way, Mason.
Oh, wow.
And this is incredible. Did you know this? The character of Nova is a direct reference to Nova 100, the commercial Australian FM radio station.
I did not know that, but that makes perfect sense because it's the same word.
I mean, what else would it be?
Yeah.
That's the only explanation. And that's true. Box office for this on a budget of $150 million. It made $490 million, which is actually down on the previous one, which made $710 million. This is good. It did very well. And also did better than the first one, though with a bigger budget. It's interesting that at the end of this, there was a bit of a diminishing return situation.
Bit of a dip. I mean, what does that mean for the new one?
Nah, it's doing really well, man.
You don't know that for sure.
No, I don't. I'm just guessing.
It's not out of time for recording.
Nah, but it's doing really well.
Because, either it's so over for movies or movies are back. We don't know.
We don't know.
It's all up in the air right now.
Either wrap it up or speed it up,
That's exactly right.
That's what we say. In terms of sequels, though, this is interesting because there is a sequel, obviously, to this. But the initial idea that Matt Reeves expressed was that he wanted to make future Ape films with Steve Zahn returning to play Bad Ape. Because apparently that character, the idea was to set him up for future installments.
Bad Ape Goes Bananas.
Oh my God. Any ideas, though, for a direct sequel to this were pretty quickly scrapped. Obviously, the franchise rested for 7 or so years. And of course, Disney purchased Fox in that time. So from now on, it's Disney's presents Planets of the Apes and so on. So,
okay.
Which is cool.
Sure, in a lot of ways.
It's cool, Mason. If you don't like it, you're a hater. And a whiner.
I am both of those things, though. And I knew that going in.
All right, look. This has been great. I love looking at these movies. What good movies. Do you know something, though? People say, why can't I see these videos early? Why don't you have a service called bigsandwich.co? Where if you go there, you pay $9 a month, you get early videos, and you get bonus movie commentaries. Maybe you did a Planet of the Apes one on the original one. You get video game Let's Plays. You get bonus podcasts. People have said to me, why don't you have that?
They've asked that specific question.
Yeah.
With the name of the service in there. Because we do actually have a service called bigsandwich.co.
That makes me think that they already know.
Yeah, what are they setting us up for there? I don't like it.
I don't like it either.
No, but we do have that.
Yeah, so all that is true. You can check that out.
But you know that, obviously.
Yeah.
What's your game here?
What is your game?
Wrap it up.
Yeah.
Pack it up.
But you know what? We're going to speed it up next week because here's a hint towards what we're doing. Can't remember.
Something fast, though.
On the extended one, something fast, yeah. Also, we have a podcast called The Weekly Planet where we talk movies and comics and TV shows. That comes out every Monday. Speaking of course, we did an episode on New Planet of the Apes of the Apes.
We loved it.
Yep.
Now let's do another take where it was bad. We didn't love it.
We didn't hate it. We hated it. Just listen to it, all right?
Yeah.
As mentioned, it's called The Weekly Planet. It's on Spotify, Apple. It's got its own YouTube channel, etc. All right, should we go?
Let's go. Let's wrap it up.
Let's wrap it up. We're wrapping it up.
Grab that gem, you guys. We'll see you next week.
Goodbye.
Bye.